friends, welcome to Law Chat 101 with your legal BFF, Girija Patel. I am so happy for you to be here today. Today's episode is why you need to think of law as an investment and not just as a one-time purchase or something that is a formality that you only need later in life if you get into an issue in the law or I just want to run away from it, I don't want to talk about it. So why is legal an investment? Now, before we dive in, please do remember that the information that I'm sharing is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not legal advice at all. And one other thing that I ask you to do as a favor to me, and also so that we can spread information, education to the maximum amount of people, is number one, subscribe so you get the latest and the greatest coming out of Law Chat 101 and from GVP Law. And number two, share. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your colleagues, share with other people in the industry that you think that might benefit from it. Tag me, tag GVP Law, tag your contract buddy, tag Law Chat with Girija on it so that we can see that you're sharing and that we can share it on our platforms as well. So that way, again, sharing is caring. Okay, let's dive in. So let's talk a little bit about why law is an investment and why you should be thinking of law as a line item and not as a panic attack. A lot of times you might be thinking, oh my goodness, so I only want to spend money on law when I truly need it and I have been sued by somebody or I need to sue somebody. So basically it's the worst situation and scenario and the most expensive situation and scenario as well. A lot of times people get stressed by law. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to worry about it. They also don't want to believe it's existing. But unfortunately or fortunately, law is very much integrated in your business from the beginning of the inception to the implementation with your clients and with other business partners and relationships that you might have. Law is a very integral part of the operations. You just can't run away from it. You can't pretend it's not there. And believe it or not, you're already involving yourself in it. So why do we look at law not as an investment, but more as something to fear or something where we're wasting our money or spending too much money in? Now, let me help shift that perspective a little bit today with you. Why is law an investment? So, number one, law is an investment in your business because you are seeing the picture as a whole when you look at the law in your business. The law is so integrated from whether you are creating content for your business, creating contractual relationships, whether they're oral or written contractual relationships with your vendors, manufacturers, distributors, or your third-party independent contractors that are helping you create social media or helping you create your website or helping you create anything in your business. And also your clients, the parties that you're helping, the end users at the end. So whatever you're doing, there's relationships that are being created by you. And in each of those relationships, there is a legal obligation that exists. Just because it's not written, it doesn't mean it does not exist. Oral contracts are a thing, and oral contracts can be enforced, and they're just harder to prove, but they can absolutely be enforced. So don't be fooled by thinking that, oh, if it's not in writing, it's not a big deal. Well, it is, because someone is depending on what you're saying to them and therefore they might be not doing X, Y, Z, and that really becomes a contract at the end of the day. So we need to be very thoughtful about how the law is actually being manifested in our business. So even when you're selling something, those purchase orders or the receipts that you're giving are all types of contracts, all types of legal paperwork and documentation that are considered to be part of the law. Your regular business operations that are normal to your business, that are ordinary and normal to your business, can be put into evidence in court to show that this is how things are happening. And so when things are happening this way, then this is just the ordinary course of business. So this, whatever somebody else might be saying happened, may not have happened. And so law is very much integrated. Law is integrated when you're getting together with somebody else and creating a business. And so you just can't run away from it and you can't avoid it, because eventually if you don't take care of it and cultivate it and treat it with the care that it needs in the beginning, it's going to burst like a volcano. And at that point, it's going to be just boiling over so badly that it's going to be expensive. There's going to be heartaches, there's going to be tears, and a lot of unnecessary stress. So might as well make law a line item rather than treating law as something that you only go to in special circumstances, or you only treat it when you really need and you're just scared and you're overwhelmed. No, let's go to law as a line item. Put it in there. It doesn't matter if it's $500, doesn't matter if it's $1,000 or more, depending on what your budget is, but have something there. So that way you can slowly and steadily create a foundation that is laid out in the law, that is solid in the law, but then also start integrating legal strategies in the operations of your business, the daily operations of your business. And that line item, now you have budgeted it into your accounting, you know that it exists there, you know that you have the money to do it, and now you don't have to be afraid to do it because of the money concept, and you don't have to be afraid to do it because of the lack of knowledge, because hey, I'm here to help you do that. I'm here to empower you, to educate you, and law is accessible. Law should not be something that you're afraid of. Number 2, now making law a line item makes you look at legal in the bigger picture rather than focused on project-based legal help. So I've had many potential clients in the past. They've not necessarily converted into clients, and the reason they did not convert into clients is not for any one reason, but for the fact that they felt that, oh, well, the reason I'm asking you to help me is to review this one contract, but I'm not getting enough money for me to cover the cost of law in this one contract. While that might be a valid and logical reason to not take the legal advice and analytics and analysis that you might need in your business, but that's a very short-term and limited, narrowed scope view of the law. What you want to do is actually treat law in a bigger scope. Treat it as one of your pillars of your business. Treat it as part of the operational and business strategies in your business and future forecasting, and how you are planning to achieve your dreams and the visions that you have for your business. Because what happens is that when you start integrating law as a whole rather than on project-based, now you're allowing yourself to learn in that one specific, maybe limited scope of the law that you're using it, but it can be applied to so many different future experiences. And it can also give you so much more impact as yourself and the confidence that you have, and as a CEO running your business. If you talk to the C-suites of most companies, they're very well versed in the law of their company. Why? Because they're constantly keeping law as a line item, and they're also constantly visiting the law, not for litigious reasons, but because they need it, because it's in their operations, because it's in the contracts that they use for the daily operations of their business. And they have learned what is good, what is bad, what is needed, what is not needed. So why should you be any different just because you're a small business? No, absolutely not. For you, that money is important. For you, those sweat and those tears are important too. So let's make law a line item where we're actually looking at it, budgeting for it, and keeping it as a full spectrum rather than a narrow, limited view, and cornering it into only specific ways to be used rather than as a tool in your toolkit, and use it more as an analysis portion of it and strategies in your business. So keeping it as a line item will help you do that, and also give you the perspectives that you need to have in order to run a business that is solid as legal foundation, but not just the foundation, but in every single different cycle of the business, you have legal integrated into it. Just like the money is integrated, you need to integrate the law as well. Another reason to have the law as a line item integrated into your business is because it gives you the experience. Like I just talked about, the C-suites have those experiences, so why shouldn't you? When you are dealing with strategies in your business, whether it's business, financial strategies, legal strategies, you are now gaining experience. You're also allowing yourself to think about various scenarios that could be coming up in different forms in your business and how to tackle them preemptively rather than reactively. Because when you are preemptive about it, you are not only are you educated, but you are also prepared, you are empowered. So then you have an easier ability to tackle those issues rather than hiding from them or feeling like the world has ended, or reacting in a way where now you're not reacting strategically anymore, but you're reacting in a way that is maybe defeated thought process, or maybe in a way that you feel like, gosh, I'm just gonna miss out on so much money now, and all of my money is gonna be flushed into this issue. So if we are preemptive, we are proactive, we can really avoid a lot of the issues in the future. And so that way you are now gaining experience. You're also allowing yourself to be in a position of power, and you're positioning yourself for success. Number 3, when we have legal strategies integrated into our business and we're implementing them, now we are creating evergreen legal solutions that now are actually mitigating and preempting future issues, if not altogether eliminating them. So what happens is that when you have added the legal strategies in the different aspects of your business that link one thing to the other, and you have a legal strategy that is there, whether it's a contract, whether it is getting your trademark or registering your copyrights, or whether it is making sure that there's somebody out there that's making sure that the people that you're hiring are being hired in the right process. Whatever it might be, when the strategies are there, they become evergreen. And when they start becoming evergreen, they start becoming natural. They start becoming organic to your system. They start becoming habitual into your system. So you now have created legal strategies that are now implemented into your process, into your business operations, but in a way where you're not having to think so hard about it, because it's become so second nature that if it wasn't there, it would be weird. If it wasn't there, it would be against the nature of your business. And again, in the future, when you have any type of situations where people would be like, oh, well, what were your legal strategies? Say, hey, I have all of these part of my business operations. This is very normal business practice. So if you're going to question my contract or why I have a contract, maybe you're not the right fit for me. And so with that being said, when we have these various ways of adding legal into our business strategy, we make legal evergreen into our business, something that is a standard in our business and not something that is an anomaly or something that we use only when we are in trouble or in a litigious situation. So let's make legal a line item and not a panic attack. There are so many different ways to do that. You can start off by going to Your Contract Buddy and getting contract templates from there to start the basic protection of your business. And you can also start off by doing an LLC. There's so many different ways you can start by starting the solid legal foundation and then the operations of your business and having legal integrated into every single aspect. So join me in making legal a line item and not a panic attack. Until then, I will see you next time.